guys, it's Zach here. Just wanted to do a quick update for on the aquarium build that I have going on. If you guys have been following the build thread on Nanoreef or on Mass, I haven't actually posted any pictures of the tank with saltwater in it, so this is the first real look that you guys are getting of it. If you guys haven't seen this, it's an ADA-60F. For lighting, we have two AI hydras mounted on the EXT rail system. For flow, we have two Vortec MP10Ws, one on each side of the tank. For control, going to the control panel here, we have, you can see the controller right there, we have an Apex and the wireless controller for the AI hydras. I've considered getting the director, but I'm not 100% sure when I'll be doing it. I do want to wait until I get my wireless bridge for the Apex before I consider getting it. And since I already have a controller that does pretty much everything I want it to do, I see it more as a luxury rather than something I want to spend the $100 on, especially it being after Christmas and me still recovering financially from this tank build and from, you know, all the other holiday shopping. I hope everyone did have a happy holiday. I know I definitely did. Let me go ahead and shut off the vortex real quick so I can give you guys a quick tour of the tank itself. So I really did want to set up this tank as a Zoa tank. I ended up picking up a few sticks after I lost some LPS after the tank move. But you can see right here, it is mostly dominated by Zoas. So I'll go through and name a few, or I'll try to name the ones that I do know the names for, of the Zoas. So down there we have those are called the I think they're called icebreaker zoas. We have a nice little colony of those. I started out with a pretty nice sized colony. That raised section in the middle was all the way full. But after a few months, it's covered up pretty much the entire disc. I'm pretty happy about that one. Moving on next, we have these. They're purple puddles. They're purple with green on the outside. They're really, really nice. We have my toadstool right there. You guys have seen that a lot. We have some Spider-Man zoas right there. Going on, I think these are called Wow Pallies. I'm not 100% sure. It's either Wow or Amazing Zoas. I'm not 100% sure. But those are really nice. They open up pretty big. Probably about maybe 3/4 of a dime size polyps. We have my gold panthers right here. Then going down, let's try not to get the reflection. We have the purple elephants right there. Some purple people eaters right there. I don't know what those are. I'm not sure what those are called. I got them as like red hornets. I don't know if they're exactly red hornets, but they're pretty nice. I have my red people eaters, which are super pissed off right now. They're closed up right there in the middle. Going on, we have the red hot chili pepper zoas right there. My Rasta colony's been closed. You can see one of them's kind of opening a little bit. I only set this tank up a few days ago and it's been closed since then. Some unknown zoa back there. It's like a light green on the rim with black center. Really, really cool looking. They're definitely one of my favorite zoas out there. This is my Tubbs Mystic Blue Staghorn coral right there. We have cat's eyes right there. Some random blue zoas right there. I think that came off of this colony right there. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it may have. Some random no-name zoas right there, and there. In the background, you can see my Dragon Ball Z zoas right there. Some blues in the front right there. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're really pretty. They're like a really nice blue. Some random no-name zoas right there. We have another SPS frag in the front. I have a few other button pallies right there. I really like these ones down here. You can see right there. These are pretty nice. Those right there. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're actually pretty nice. You can see the MP10's been kicking up a little bit of sand. You can see all the way down to the bottom of the glass right there. Let's see what else we got that I can identify for you guys. We have the Captain America Pally colony right there. Let's check it out from the front of the tank. You can see that colony is doing really well. We have a few wild zoas right there. I think these are Limaway zoas right there. Underneath them are cat eyes. And I think those are Gatorades right there. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they're pretty nice nonetheless. We have some red people eaters in the front. Fire and ice zoas right there. Some green hornets right there. some no-name peach zoas with another smaller frag of Spider-Mans. I just got these the other day, and they're still kind of opening up a little bit. Let's see what else we got. We have some candy apple greens right there, some everlasting gobstoppers right there, some gold agaves right there. A few of those are still opening up there. Still a little peeved off at me from the move. We have some no-names in the back. Let's see, what else do we have? Some red zoas right there, some greens, some Christmas trees. You can kind of see behind the greens, I have a colony right there, my Armor of Gods. They're super pissed off from the move. I'm hoping that those will open up again. In the front right here, we have some icebreakers zoas. I got these from a guy from my local Reef Club, and they're colored up beautifully. They started with one polyp, I believe. I'm all the way up to 6 right now, and I'm definitely glad that these made the move. These are some of my favorite zoas right here. I'd definitely be at a loss if I lost these. We have some more gobstoppers right there. Man, these are really cool with the snails on them. They're rainbow colored. You can see kind of a little bit, a few different colors, but the snails bother him, which is never fun. And finally, I finally got some Miami Vice zoas. I've been wanting these for the longest time. I had a frag a long time ago from a buddy of mine, and my frag died shortly after putting it in the tank. It never opened up. It just died when I put it in the tank. I had bought like a frag pack of like 20 zoas, and it was the only one that died. So I was pretty upset, but he is unfortunately getting out of the hobby. I was able to pick up another frag off of him, and I'm definitely glad I did. These are honestly like my favorite zoas in the tank. Second being the icebreakers, and third being the Rosses. I'm hoping that they open up soon because you can see it's a pretty nice size, maybe 10 head colony, and I definitely don't want to lose out. It's definitely a lot of money right there in a single coral. You can see I have the other neon green toadstool right there, another neon green right there. They're a little bit different. This one has a lot more green on the body, whereas this one has more neon green in the tentacles. This one just has like kind of just like drab looking tentacles, but it's really pretty, the body of it. I have a few sticks in the tank. I'm not sure what they are. Oh, I also have my LPS right there. This frag I got from a buddy of mine after my LPS died. I wanted to kind of see what was going on to see if this tank could still support LPS. And it's been opened up for the past few days, so yeah, I think I'm good to go on adding some stuff from there. I think it was a combination of the stress of the move plus high light intensity plus high flow from the vortex. Before I had dialed them down, that kind of combined to make like the perfect storm of circumstances to unfortunately kill the zoas. So I'm sorry, the LPS. So unfortunately, I don't have many of those in my tank right now. But here's the live stuff. So let's talk equipment here while we're doing this update build. So I'm running 2 hydras. I'm running them super low percents, extremely low actually. I did know that 2 would definitely be overkill, but I didn't want to do just one going left to right on the tank. I know the spread of these from my 40 was about 18 inches, like a solid 18-inch coverage, and so I felt like doing 1 would be pushing it. So I really went with the 2. I already had them, so it wasn't too much extra just to add the extra EXT rail. You can see, let's go vertical, you can see how cleanly this is mounted. Excuse the blue electrical tape, I haven't had a chance to get black duct tape for this yet, but you can see that right there. You can see all my plumbing is done with union valves and flex PVC. For this build, the one thing I was really proud about was how nice the wiring came out. All my wires are cable mounted. I don't know if you can see that, but they're all cable mounted and they're all nice and neat. So they're really, really nice. Onto the control panel, you can see everything right there. You can just see like the time that I took to do that. I was really proud of that. I know I've had other builds in the past where I didn't do that, and it was a real pain to kind of disassemble stuff. I know after saying that, looking at this, it looks pretty bad, but it's just a bunch of black flex tubing. I set up my auto top off last night. It was one of the Christmas presents that my parents had gotten me, so I finally set up my auto top off. Now I'll definitely take another shot of this whenever this is all cleaned up, but I did want to keep the black airline tubing out just in case I needed to make any more cuts of it before I gave it away onto my local forum, just as I probably will never need to use it after setting this bad boy up. So down here, we have a ProFlex Model 1, which is the first chamber is just the filter socks. The second chamber, you can see I have my thermometer over there. The third chamber is my auto top off. sensor plus the a few bags of carbon, my return pump, which is a CC 1.0, and then like obviously like the return end for the Tom's aqua lifter. There's my auto top off reservoir right there. It's a Sunline 1.25 gallon auto top off unit, or sorry, auto top off slash just water container. It's been, I mean, it's just like a cheap water container, so it's, you know, it is what it is. The JBJ, I've only had it for literally a few hours, so I'm not sure exactly how good it works. But when I left today, it was at that level, and when I came back today, it was at that level, and the water was down. So I assume it's doing something. You know, I can't really complain about it. Inside the cabinet, I have a silver LED bar. I got that from Home Depot. I'm sorry, from Walmart, and I got a second one to match it up top. So they're both lit. They're both controlled by the American DJ DC8, and they're actually quite nice. I actually like them a lot. They're a lot brighter than I thought they would be. I know the video doesn't really show it just because of how bright the LEDs are, but they're actually not bad. Down here, you can see I also have a cooling fan. It's controlled by the 8th switch over there. I have one fan pointing in and one fan pointing out to kind of get some humidity out of this sump area. I suppose I could do both drawing out, but I didn't want to keep the air in here fresh, so I went ahead and installed that. That was a pain to install. This is an IKEA Besta unit cabinet, so it's not an actual aquarium stand, and it's one of the 25 inches stacked on top. I'm sorry, a 14 inch stacked on top of a 25 inch. So it's definitely a pain to get all that drilled in, but I do really like the way it came out. The hinges were a lot nicer than I thought they would be, and the doors were really, really nice. And they're cheap enough that if my dog kind of gets into one and kind of scratches it, that, you know, I won't be at a huge loss just to replace a $12, $13 door. So I do like that. The cooling fan is an Aquatech 2-fan cooling unit. It's more of a redundancy, as it doesn't really get that hot in my apartment. But I did want to have one just in case anything failed, like my heater stuck on for whatever reason. I did want to have that extra backup, and it was only, I didn't even buy it. I got it off the Nanoreef gift exchange from a guy on there named Basser1. So thanks again, man. I really do enjoy it. I know a few times it's kicked on, but since I calibrated the Apex to give it a little bit more of a leeway on the heat and the fan turning on, I haven't had it kick on yet, but I do know that when I did have it on, it definitely reduced the temperature pretty quickly. As far as controllable outlets, I do have the Apex Junior, and it came with the DC4. For that, I have my auto top off, my return, my heater, and my fan hooked up to that. When I turn all the water off in the system, there's still enough water in there so that the vortex don't suck air. So I can actually do all my water changes without turning off any of the vortex, which is really nice. As far as things I want to do with this tank, I still want to get a wireless bridge to hook up to the Apex so I can use the port forwarding feature that it offers. From there, I do also want to get possibly a pH probe for the Apex and possibly a director for my lights, but you know, I kind of just like the controller now. It does its job and it does it well, and you know, it keeps lights on and it keeps them doing what I need them to do. So I'm not in a super huge hurry to get that changed out. You know, like I said, it does what it does, and you know, I don't have to touch it. And for me, I kind of just like being able to look at something and see that it's working. The reason why I have everything down here is because in my old system I had it all on the wall, but it was kind of distracting seeing you know, all that stuff all day long, just like the vortex ramping up, the light from that. It just kind of took away from the tank. So I wanted to put it down here and you know, just kind of keep it out of the way, keep it to where when I needed to see it I can look it up, and you know, when I didn't want to see it I can just close the door. So that's a quick semi-quick overview of my system. As far as overflow and return, I'm using the glass holes Nano Super Overflow kit with 2 of the half-inch return kits. You can see how everything's drilled in right there. It looks real nice and neat. I was definitely a fan of their kit. And the one thing I would say, if you guys got the kit, the one part that kind of annoyed me was I would always get leaks from this elbow right here. Specifically, there's actually 2 leaks that I would keep getting. Right there, underneath where the gasket, or where the bulkhead meets the back of the tank, and right there where there's tape on it. For whatever reason, you know, the one right here, the gasket fixed with some PVC cement, but the one that still has tape on it, That's the only leak I have in this system, and once I put tape on it, it stopped. But it is kind of annoying to have that occur, just because like I took the plumbing apart 4 or 5 times trying to figure out what was going on, and it ended up just being this hole that they drilled in it that was just like maybe a fraction of an inch that was too wide for the little airline tubing. So I'm not sure what to do about that. I could maybe just dab a little bit of silicone around it and kind of just seal it up a little bit, something like that in the future. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, this is a really awesome system. I'm really proud of it. I did think I drilled the water line or the overflow just a tad too high. I have maybe 1/4 of an inch, if that, above the water line. I did want to maximize space vertically in this tank because it's such a short tank. You can see my hand is pretty much as tall as the tank. But I think I might have gone a little overboard on that. With the overflow, it restarts fine as long as I restart it with the little sound silencer thing off. You can just hear it though. Actually, it's extremely silent. That's one thing that I really like about this. But in order for me to get it to restart successfully every time, I just have to remove that, and it starts fine every time after that. But if this is on here when I start it, it doesn't start up fast enough with the limited room that I have. So I'm thinking one day I might see if I can contact them and just order just an overflow box with the teeth, because I know it will drop the water line about another 1/2 inch. I think that might be enough for what I need. But that's my system right there. If you guys want to know my lighting settings or anything like that, just let me know. They've changed a bit since the last video, and I know that that's what a lot of people had asked. That was one of the biggest questions that I had was, how are your lighting settings still? I apologize for this video being a little shaky. I'm filming it on a tablet. My tripod broke. I stepped on it like an idiot, and it broke off, so I don't have a tripod right now. But hopefully I'll be getting one soon. So I'm going to upload this video, and if you guys have any questions or want to know anything else about my system, just let me know. Thanks, guys.